Host Vanna J, and I am so glad to be back with you again for another episode of the Culture Update. And this show is once again being brought to you by the Culture Creators. Make sure you all subscribe to the Culture Creators channel on YouTube, and make sure you like all their videos. They're always bringing you some hot stuff for the culture. So make sure you guys like the Culture Creators, and special thanks to them for having me on the show today. So we've got a full packed show. It's been a crazy week. You know, I'm always trying to bring you guys the latest and the greatest with what's going on in the culture. And it's just been kind of a crazy week this week. So let's just jump right into the craziness and what's been happening. So the first story that we're going to talk about today is this new evidence against R. Kelly. Now, I don't know if anyone has been paying attention to the news this week, but I feel like this story has just kind of slid under the radar for some reason. And one of my next stories is, I'm pretty sure, the reason why no one's talking about this, but that's okay. I digress. We'll get back to that in a few. But prosecutors are now seeking to bring new evidence against R. Kelly and his alleged abuse allegations. And this is a super serious, and there's a lot of like mess and like combined just abuse and just crazy things. So I just kind of want to read you guys the story. I mean, this is on the Chicago Tribune. This is on their newspaper website. So I'm just going to read you what they're talking about. So federal prosecutors have filed a motion late on Friday seeking to admit new evidence of uncharged crimes for singer R. Kelly's upcoming trial in New York, including new allegations of abuse involving at least 10 girls. And this is new. This is all new. We're not talking about anything we've talked about before. This is all new. So new 10 girls dating back to 1991 in Chicago, but that's not all. It continues. So R. Kelly, he's scheduled to go on trial in Brooklyn on August 9th on racketeering charges. And these racketeering charges are alleging that he ran a criminal enterprise that recruited women and underage girls for illegal sexual contact, and then isolated and threatened them to keep them under control. The allegations in the indictment include dozens of acts involving six victims, identified only as Jane Doe's 1 through 6. So they can only kind of, I guess who these women are because they're listed as Jane Doe's, but there is some evidence to believe one of these Jane Doe's is Aaliyah, and there's more evidence coming out about that. I'm about to get into that now. So let's continue this. It says, but in their 55-page motion, prosecutors said that they want to bring in additional evidence involving sexual abuse, hush payments, unlawful imprisonment, and other crimes dating back 30 years that are, quote, directly relevant to and inextricably intertwined with the evidence of the charged crimes. So these are new crimes fully entwined with what he had already been charged with. The motion lays out in the most detail yet how prosecutors intend to prove that R. Kelly's musical career was essentially a criminal enterprise aimed at serving his own illegal sexual appetites. What kind of sick is and was R. Kelly? I mean, it's just ridiculous. So R. Kelly's attorneys now have until the end of July 30th, to respond. Meanwhile, they are expected to file motions of their own seeking to include or exclude certain evidence at trial, which is supposed to kick off on August 18th with opening statements. So the trial, the original is set for the 9th of August, and then the actual trial itself is set for August 18th with the opening statement. So this trial is supposed to last like a couple of months. It's going to be fully in detail. It's going to be like seriously, probably like the OJ situation. R. Kelly, who is being held at a federal jail in Brooklyn, also faces charges in the U.S. District Court in Chicago related to alleged sex abuse of minors, as well as separate indictments brought in Cook County. Among the new evidence prosecutors want to present, and here's where it gets pretty juicy. Among the new evidence prosecutors want to present to the jury was that Kelly allegedly sexually abused a 17-year-old boy. I'll give that to you again. Allegedly abused a 17-year-old boy that he'd met in Chicago, that he'd met at Chicago McDonald's in December of 2006, and then videotaped that same boy having sex with other people. Prosecutors also alleged that R. Kelly believed he'd impregnated 15-year-old Aaliyah, singer Aaliyah. But in this case, she's being identified only as Jane Doe number one. So I'm assuming that they're kind of putting two and two together and figuring out this is Aaliyah, because she's listed as Jane Doe number one. It says that he believed that he had impregnated the then at the time 15-year-old singer Aaliyah in August of 1994 and secretly arranged to marry her, which we all knew about, in an effort to shield himself from criminal charges related to his illegal sexual relationship. Then, of course, Aaliyah did die in that fatal plane crash in 2001. Rest in peace to a real one, Aaliyah. So it sounds like that he basically had these girls just brainwashed. He was running what seems to be a criminal enterprise, and not just criminal, but also in sexual nature and with minors, and doing all sorts of things. And I want to read you a little bit more of this story. It says prosecutors also want to play 2 videotapes for the jury that allegedly show R. Kelly physically and verbally abusing women, including one where he allegedly berates and threatens an 18-year-old woman who R. Kelly believed had stolen from him. The new evidence also includes events as recent as February 2019. So we're not just talking about 30 years ago. We're talking about as recent as February of 2019, when R. Kelly was back under criminal investigation due to the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, which if you saw, yeah, as well as a series of reports by Chicago journalist Jim DeRogatis. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm sure I did. And that's detailing the singer's alleged enslavement of girls and young women. So not only did he have the docuseries making things worse for him and adding to the evidence, then you also have this Chicago journalist who is putting out reports detailing his alleged enslavement of young women. So here we have R. Kelly once again. What else? What other evidence do we need that he's a total scum? And this goes on to talk about him also, the prosecution also wanting to show the jury evidence that a member of R. Kelly's inner circle basically was trying to, let's see, a member of his inner circle who had dubbed himself as a crisis manager talked about bribing a Cook County Circuit County clerk for information about the ongoing probe into R. Kelly. So there's a lot for everything from his team to him himself. Just a hot mess, and it's unfortunate. Let's take a look at just the mug shot in general. I mean, I don't even know if I can get this to play, guys. I'm kind of new. I'm trying to run my own production and it's not working for me. But anyway, just so you know, I can't get the mugshot to play, but just so you know, it's bad. It's an unfortunate situation. What do we feel about this as a Black community? To me, I feel like I'm more embarrassed, which I'm about to transition this into Lil Nas X, because I just have to compare the two, because I have had people coming at my head. I've had family members coming at my head. I've had strangers applauding me for some of the comments I've made for Lil Nas X. But I just don't see how, as a Black community, we could be more upset with Lil Nas X and what he just pulled than we are about R. Kelly and what he's been doing for years and years and years and years to women, and continually support him. A lot of us in the Black community continually play his music. A lot of us in the Black community, and continually we look like the episode of the Boondocks where they're sitting there. Is it Riley? Which one was it? Yeah, sitting there defending R. Kelly and not giving a heck about anything, just thinking about the music and the past times and how many club dances we've done to his songs. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's horrible, and it's so unfortunate. So, tell me what you think about this situation. Is this giving Black men a bad name? Are people going to look at R. Kelly like people ask me, are they going to look at things Lil Nas X is doing? Is that going to have a direct reflect on the Black community and the Black male community? Well, what about R. Kelly? I would like to ask that same question. Is what R. Kelly is doing to these women, and to apparently boys as well, according to this, Is what he's doing, does that not have a direct reflect on the Black community? And if so, what do we think about that? Or maybe we just don't care. That's how I feel about the Lil Nas X situation. So let's transition. Lil Nas X had put out a music video, which I was going to show a clip of it, but I'm not going to, because if you want to watch it, you can go see it for yourself. But basically, Lil Nas X came under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of controversy for this music video. And it is for his new song called Industry Baby. And it is, I will say it's a few things. It's vulgar. It definitely degrades men. It's sexually degrading to men. It's in your face. It's hard to watch for some people, not for me personally, but I know some people won't ever watch it ever. And the reason why is because in the video, Lil Nas X has a lot of gay men, and they're dancing and they're naked. They're naked in the video, even though their private parts are blurred. They are naked, and they're dancing. And so I just want to start at square one with this whole Lil Nas X situation. So he puts out this music video, naked Black men dancing. They're all clearly gay. They are all clearly gay men. No straight men signed up for a gay music video and were like, yeah, I'm going to go shake it naked with a bunch of other gay men. No straight men signed up for this music video, I can guarantee you. So these are already gay men. They were gay before the music video. They're going to be gay after the music video. So I just want to put that out there. So because of this, and I had a lot of people coming at my head because I posted the video and I said I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome that someone is finally degrading men sexually. I thought it's leveling the playing field in some way, shape, and form. And I felt like artistically, it was smart, and also not only artistically, but just in a sense of business. In a sense of business, what he has done is pure genius from start to finish. Whether you disagree with it, whether you like him, don't like him, whether you listen to his music or not, you have to, facts are facts. And facts are, he's genius when it comes to making money. He knows what he's doing. He's obviously making bread. Now, I'm just going to blurt out some of the things that I heard about this music video. A lot of people were saying that it's degrading. It's degrading to men. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Anytime you're showing this wantonness of sexuality, nakedness, for entertainment. I mean, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I see it every single day, okay? Women are cleverly dressed. They do things for money. They're naked on the strip. They have just painted butt cheeks, and they're taking photos for money. I mean, I literally, I see it every day, not to mention strippers. And I mean, we could go on and on and on. But I just feel like this is okay. You can't have it both. This cannot be a double-sided sheet of paper. We cannot say it's all right to sexually degrade and explicitly put women out there in whatever way, shape, or form that we want to, and we might think it's hot or good or whatever, and we can dance to it. We can have two live crew with hose bent all the way over. We can have Nelly tip drill with hose getting credit cards slung up their booty cheeks, and we're all for that. And then as soon as a male does it and puts males in compromising positions with naked bodies bent over, shaking their booty and this and that, now all of a sudden it's egregious. Now all of a sudden, oh my God, how cover the children's eyes? How could you? And it's completely a double standard, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Now, about the gay situation. Oh, but Susanna, the Black culture, and they hate us, and this is what they're doing. They're trying to feminize our men, and they're trying to turn Black men gay, and this and that. Honey, have you ever talked to a straight Black man before? Because I have never once in my life met a straight Black man that watched a Lil Nas X gay video and thought, that looks cool. That looks attractive. I think I'm going to go try that. No man, no man. Now, he might have already had an inkling to go do that. He may have already had a past experience, and then he might see Lil Nas X and say, okay, that's cool, and go do that. But it was already written in his book. It was already written in his path. Now, let's get to the argument about children, because once again, oh, the kids, the young boys, the young Black kids, on and on and on. I cannot tell you how many things in life are not meant for children. There are pornography, music videos, there are music songs, there are television shows, movies, everything that are not meant for children. This is one of those things. Now, Did Lil Nas X, before he made this music video, come out and say this is not for children? Parents, do not let your kids watch this? Yes, he did. Now, the one argument against this that I heard that I can actually get behind is the fact that Lil Nas X did come out in the beginning of his career, and he did have a push towards the children avenue. And I will agree, if he was going to go this route and an extreme explicit route, he should not have started pushing towards children and going that route. I will agree with you. He's wrong in doing that. And he should definitely change his gears completely if that's what he's going to do. I mean, he needs to kind of pick one or the other or do something else, because it's not going to work if you're going to, do things for kids and then do something this extreme, unless you're like under a pen name or something else. However, other than that argument alone, I cannot think of any reason why anyone should be upset at Lil Nas X. He's representing the gay community. If we can come out and represent the whatever the mono community, what do you call it, the hetero community, and we can have hetero sex and heterosexual things everywhere in front of people's eyes and faces all day long, then we can't get upset and mad whenever gay people want to represent what they like and what they love and show us their sexuality. We cannot be upset with that. If we want to be upset with that, then we have to stop what we're doing and say, okay, we can't put out sexually explicit things constantly in front of people's faces. Do you think gay people want to see hetero people make out and have sex? Probably not. But who cares? That's just life. If you don't like it, change the channel. Don't watch Lil Nas X. Don't watch my show. Whatever you have. That's just my opinion. None of what I say is a reflection on the culture creators putting that out there. These are all my own specific opinions. This is just how I feel. But I always want to know how you feel. So please tune in right now and log in right now and get on right now to the comment section and drop your opinions. I mean, I just don't feel like we as a Black community can be upset at people for wanting to represent who they are. Is it vulgar? Yes. Is it out there in your face? Yes. But once again, if we're going to do this with naked women constantly all day, every day, and quote unquote jack off to it, then we can't get mad whenever gay people want to see. And besides that, maybe it's just me and I'm a weird sexual individual, but I don't mind seeing naked men, even if they are gay. Show me all the naked men you got. I don't care. I appreciate the naked body. So that's just me. I'm speaking my own opinion on this matter, and tell me what you think. I just don't think that it reflects on all Black men. And I think anyone who looks upon a Black man at a grocery store and says, oh, you must be one of those Lil Nas X ninjas, aren't you? Because you're a Black man and I see how you Black men do. If they're thinking like that and they have those thoughts, that's their own fault. That doesn't reflect on who you are as a person. Okay, Lil Nas X doesn't speak for the entire Black community. He represents his gay Black community. And one more thing before I get off this soapbox. Has anyone stopped to ever ask how the gay people feel about Lil Nas X? I mean, it is their community. So why don't we get some of these gay Black people and ask gay Black men how they feel about Lil Nas X? I bet they kind of like him, considering he probably represents a lot of the things that they feel they could do or say or be in life. So until we can bring people who are actually a part of the community into the discussion, do we really need to sit here and go back and forth about what is representative of the Black community? Obviously, gay people exist within the Black community, so they have to have representation of some kind, way, shape, or form. So once again, it was never for children. It's not for children. If you're a good parent, you keep your children away from any and all things like that. And if you don't appreciate it and you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to, but it's still going to exist. It's still going to be there, and it's still going to happen. And we can't act like this part of our culture does not exist. Gay people were here before we were ever born on this earth, and gay people will be here even after we leave this earth. So either you can get used to it or get over it. So that's all I have to say about that. Once again, drop me some comments and let me know. We got to move on to the next story. And this one, we are talking about some Black boy, some unfortunate Black boy, and he decided that he was going to do a slave engagement shoot. Now, I don't know if I can make this play. I don't think I can, because I don't know how. But it's really not going to work unless you can see it. Hold on one second. Let me see here if I can get this to work. Okay, sorry. If you can hear me, I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, well, I definitely am not having a very good time doing this by myself. I am usually not the one being my own production, so I'm having issues. But anyway. Oh, really? Oh, no. Okay, obviously you can see I'm having issues. Some issues with my camera. Don't know what's going on. Having a couple of technical difficulties. So I'm going to try to get this back rocking. Just hang out with me for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. But anyway, yeah. So back to the this photo shoot. So there was an engagement shoot that happened. It was a white girl and a black guy, and it was a slavery photo shoot. So basically, she is dressed as, I guess, a colonizer. I don't really know what you want to call that. And this black man is in slave attire. So we're talking like slave clothes, I guess is what you call them, and like chains. Basically, he is looking like the first slave ever. And these were their engagement photos. Like this was literally their engagement shoot. So I guess my first question when I saw this was, where are his like family? Like where's his parents? Like how did this happen? Was this like a get out situation where he didn't know he needed to get out? Like I'm not really 100% sure. Um and I'm just gonna show you because this is the best way I know how to do things. Um so here we have it. And as you can see, he is on his knee, like down and kissing her hand. And then you see them on the ground. He's got the chains. She's like helping him. And then you see them like kissing. There's the chains again. She's got like the bonnet. Okay, so what do you feel about this? It's just pure like uneducated like situation. Like how? I mean, how is someone that uneducated? How would they not know their own history? Or I just don't understand how he would choose to do this or why he would choose to do this. It's just so confusing. And then once again, I ask, where is his family? Like, who told him this was a good idea? Like, who did they send these photos to? And once again, why? Like, did they think this was funny, cute, attractive? I'm just not sure. I can't wrap my head around any of it. I can't understand why. Why would this be attractive and in what way? Like, in what brain are you thinking? Because it can't be one that exists in your brain. Not only is this just wrong, but it also doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. So are you saying that she's your master and because she's your wife? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the whole slave thing. I don't think it's cute. I think it's really ridiculous. But I'd love to know what you think about this whole, is this like a new thing Black people are going to start doing? I don't think it's a good idea. Um, and if you want to talk about somebody looking weak, if you want to talk about the degradation of Black men, brother, you've got to do better. I mean, these photos are trash. And it doesn't make you look good as an alpha male at all. It makes you look weak and very dumb. It makes you feel, it feels like you have no clue at all of your existence, where you come from, your roots, power, any of that. So yeah, engagement photo shoots, slave engagement photo shoots, not the thing, not where it's at, not cool in my book, in my personal opinion. Tell me what you think. I want to know, is this slave photo shoot business out of hand? I want to know what you think. All right, last but not least, we are getting to the Blueface story, and this is just crazy. Okay, so I guess over the weekend or last week, there was a fight. I believe it was a bare knuckle fight, if I'm not mistaken, between Blueface and a TikToker. I believe he goes by the name of Kane, something or other. I'm not a big TikTok fan. I don't really know. But apparently, according to rumors on the street, this Kane guy is apparently kind of like a troll, so to speak. I guess that like he is, um, I don't know if he's like against the Black culture or what, or if he's racist. Like I didn't get to really get the full story. I think what it is that he is emulating and stealing Black TikTok creators. So I think this guy is like kind of known for being one of those people who steals Black TikTok creators, dances, inventions, whatever, via TikTok. So the fact that this Kane guy was going up against Blueface was kind of like a big deal, because it's like, okay, us as Black community, we're low key going to use Blueface to check you on stealing all of our Black creation via TikTok. So the fight goes on. Blueface wins the fight hands down, like pretty much knocks the guy out, from what I can understand. And after the fight, a fan apparently gets up in the ring onto the stage ring and confronts Blueface. And I would show the video for you, but as I say, I cannot figure out how to get the videos to play. I'm not a very good producer of my own show. So in the video, the fan basically just straight up swings at Blueface, and it, all chaos proceeds to ensue after that situation. I mean, Blueface swings, hits him in the like punches him, and then there were already people in the ring celebrating the win, as you can imagine. So all of these people just kind of break out into like their own individual fights. Stuff gets crazy. It's like mad chaos. People are throwing punches, people are getting pulled, pushed. The ring kind of just gets buck wild for a minute. Then for like a brief few seconds, you see Blueface just like cool, like he's just standing there, like he's done fighting, even though the whole ring has erupted into pure chaos. And then once again, he jumps back in it. He gets roped back in it. And then you see the fan at the very end of the video basically getting drugged by like 4 or 5, 6 people. They've got him by like his legs, his ankles, his arms. They're dragging him out. It was crazy. It was insane. I just am astonished that this much madness, because the fact that that fan even got into the ring, like, why did they let this guy in the ring or on stage or whatever, what have you? I have no clue. But yeah, it was mad chaos. Next time when I have my producer on, I'll definitely show you the video, but go look it up. You can go look it up. It's crazy. Just Google Blueface fights fan after fight, and it's insane. So yeah, I mean, I think Blueface definitely won. I think Blueface, not only did he beat the TikToker guy Kane, but he definitely whooped that fan up. And everyone else on the stage basically got into it as well. So everyone was just straight brawling. And you don't see stuff like that very often. So that was very surprising. So I mean, how do we feel? I'm not a fan of Blueface, but I am kind of glad that he won this fight. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not really a fan of him, but when it comes to this fight, I was really glad to see Blueface win. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about the TikToker Kane and whether or not Blueface won the fight? And what do you think about this fan who rushed the stage? Like, what's up with that? He must have been talking some cash smack in order for Blueface to just steal on him like he did, because he comes across and just straight steals on him. So I want to know what you think. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. And that's about it for the show today. That wraps it up. It has been real. Sorry I couldn't have cool graphics on for you guys this time. I promise my producer will be back next time to help me with it. So thank you guys for tuning into the show today. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, and you can catch me every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central for the culture update. I'm bringing it to you so you can know what went on throughout the week for the culture. Once again, I'm Vanna J. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Have a great day. Bye.